Hello there, football fans. First thing I want to say is I hope you had a very happy and very fun Halloween. But now the calendar turns to the month of November, a very, very important month. It's the last month before the playoff race talk really gets heated up. For some teams, it's for some teams like the Browns, the Niners, it's pretty much over. For other teams who are kind of off to bad starts, it's basically their last chance. The rest are kind of playing. The rest are kind of with the good records are playing for positioning, a division title, or even a first round bye or home field if their record's good enough. And of course, the trade deadline came and went, and a big trade that happened was the Patriots traded Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers. Of course, Garoppolo, of course, was Brady's backup for a good few years. As a matter of fact, he actually started a game or two during Brady's suspension. Speaking of suspensions, we'll get to another one later. But um, of course, that has a lot of people wondering. Wait a minute, they traded their backup. Suppose Brady gets hurt. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. Brady's as healthy as a horse. Not that, I don't think anything's really going to happen to him. But they keep the media's gloom and doom of everybody. I mean, there's been an injury epidemic. I mean, Joe Flacco's the latest victim. Oh my goodness, what's going on? And the worst part is there was no suspension, just like when Rodgers got injured. We all saw this on the Thursday night game. Kiko Alonso delivered this cheap hit right to his head, knocked his helmet off, and knocked poor Flacco silly. He had to be taken out. He was taken out with concussion symptoms. Didn't come back for the rest of the game. Of course, they didn't need him. Um, Baltimore won 40-0, and the Dolphins showed that if you want to see a good Dolphins team, watch Ballers. But of course, like I said about the Browns, ugh, that team can't win in any part of the world. They really can't. They can't win in the U.S. and they can't win in England. I mean, it's ridiculous. I said as a joke. They always send the Browns overseas. Maybe the league's trying to tell them something. But and of course the Niners are winless still because they got blown out. But who knows what can happen? Now that they got Garoppolo. And perhaps the craziest game of the season, one of the craziest games of the season, was played in Seattle. The Texans and the Seahawks played a game that ended 48, not 40, 41 to 38 in favor of the Seahawks. Career numbers all around. And with that, the Seahawks moved to a first place tie. They actually had the tiebreak because they beat the Rams, I think, out here. But of course, the Chargers, the other LA team, their winning streak ended at the hands of the Patriots. Though they barely escaped that game. So, and the Steelers took care of the Lions. So that's one monkey off our back. We're still way behind Minnesota, but it's going to be tough without Rodgers. Um, and what the hell's going on with the Broncos? What happened with Simeon? Was he exposed? Did he come up with something? All of a sudden, he's playing like garbage. He's playing like hot garbage. I mean, it's ridiculous. What the hell's going on? He's making all sorts of mistakes. And one he threw, I think, two interceptions, two or three. One interception really still stays with me. It was what, 3rd and 5, and he had enough room to run those 5 yards. He could have easily run those 5 yards. Instead, he makes this bad throw right to the Chiefs player. Unbelievable. So the Chiefs won. They're kind of back on track, and Denver keeps falling off. But um, anyway, like I said, it's been a nutty week. The trades, the Panthers traded their last credible receiver. Don't know why, but leaving Cam with literally no targets to throw to. I don't know what the hell those Panthers are thinking, but this can't be right. Of course, the Panthers won in Tampa. Tampa Bay's. I don't know what happened. I thought they'd win this. I thought they would win the South with James Winston. They only have 2 wins. Something is wrong there. But and Dow. Oh, I said speaking of suspensions. So Ezekiel Elliott will finally serve his suspension, or will he? This will he or won't he saga's been going on for 2 years. We thought he would start the season suspended. That didn't happen. Matter of fact, he played. Matter of fact, he played what 7 games with the suspension being blocked. We now heard that he will serve it, but now again we get another appeal. This one won't be long though. It'll be what 24 hours. They have it's actually less than 24 hours now, but they have until tomorrow. Tomorrow, a final decision will be made. And people say Brett Favre was indecisive. Shows what they know. But we'll know. We will know. Football fans will know if Zeke will actually serve that 6 games or not. And the six and the first game, if he misses, will be against Kansas City. That's in Dallas though, and they play a bunch of pushovers. They play, I think, 106 games. A few of those 6 games, 2 of those 6 games are against the Chargers and the Giants. They play Washington again. They play Philly. They play Atlanta right after they play Kansas City. Honestly, Dallas should win all those games because Atlanta can't be trusted. They're a bunch of morons, and the rest of the teams are soft. Philly isn't SAWFT soft. They're 7-1. They are 7-1. Halfway through the season, they have the best record in football. So I ask again: are the Eagles for real? Are the Eagles going to win the NFC? It's everything's been wide open since Rodgers was taken out. But this is a serious question here. We're talking about winning the conference, playing in Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota. Is it going to happen for Carson Wentz and company? Because I've seen a lot of teams have good seasons. They have great starts, and then they suddenly fall off. You never know. It could be a long 9 weeks remaining. Who knows what could happen? But of course, Philly has the Broncos. I know the one thing: Philly's gonna win that game because Trevor Simeon's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. It'd be just ridiculous. But yeah, some very interesting games for Week 9, the midpoint of the season. The week starts on Thursday night. Bills and the Jets. The Bills, I'm telling you, they're on a roll. They're finally gonna break that schneid. They had the longest playoff drought in all professional sports. It may end. Um, Bills and Jets starts off Week 9. Falcons and Carolina play each other. Indy, who is just terrible without luck. Indy faces Houston. The Rams look to try to get back to first place, playing against the Giants. 49ers trying to get off the schneid, facing the Cardinals. Cleveland is off, but they'll still lose anyway. Um, Sunday night game is Raiders and Dolphins. Oh brother, two train wrecks. And of course the Monday game, Packers, the Packers and the Lions in the Lambeau. The second Brett Hundley game. Like I said, I think we've had what about 15, we'll have about uh, 14 days off to get the offense used to Hundley. We should do well in that game, hopefully. I mean, the Lions kind of sputtered a bit against Pittsburgh. So that's my review of Week 8. Week 9 is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be the turning point. Like I said, it is the direct midpoint of the season. So we'll see where we should see where certain teams stand after the ninth week of the season. I will be back tomorrow with my World Series review. The series is going 7. If Houston had won, I'd have prepared a review now. but I will have one tomorrow, right after Game 7. And so, with that, I say, baseball fans, enjoy Game 7 tomorrow and enjoy the rest of this season. It's going to be amazing. Again, we will see where teams stand after this midpoint week of the season. So good night, football fans.